The greatest power you possess is your ability to choose. Join Lowe's Moore as he reveals how you can begin to maximize that power by exploring yourself on the deepest levels and committing to making lasting and positive changes. Get ready to achieve breakthroughs that will lead to accelerated growth and transformation, because you are now tuned in to The Blueprint.
Why they actions contradict the lamb. I'm fellowshipping when I'm with the fam. That's more relation.
If we retrace our steps, we can still feel it all. Pride. Pure joy. And the ultimate risk. Love and respect. Shocking the world. And showing out. All for that sweet confetti feeling. When you step into the greatness of this moment, you'll feel it too. March Madness. Feel it here.
We all know the destination.
There's the pass to Leitner.
Through for the win.
Smart takes the shot.
Whitberg. Jordan.
Archie Diacono gives it to Jenkins.
Gone! Maestro did it!
Oh, it's a long way. They won it!
Indiana wins the championship.
Who has the championship? For Arizona. North Carolina is the national champion.
But it's the journey that defines us.
They are going to play very, very hard. But we're going to play harder than they do. This is going to be a fight. The only way we can even come close to getting this is really dig in and get in the fight.
One stumble, and it may be the end.
I'm so proud of you seniors for fighting.
Each obstacle prepares you for the true test. Every game, every moment is one step closer to the destination. Are you ready?
Wow, welcome back to The Blueprint. Man, this is March Madness. I know you guys are going crazy right now because check this out. Man, I picked well, let's say this. I didn't get any of my games right, after the first round. I got a few games in there, but man, nobody could imagine that that the final four, right, or the final eight would end up where it is right now. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like I say, it's madness, right? It's madness. I mean, everybody that you thought was gonna win didn't win, right? And I was saying, like, whoever's gonna be in the final four particularly for the men, right? Who's ever gonna be in the final four, the only people that pick them to be in the final four is their fans, right? I mean, of course, just somebody who's a fan and they out there just trying to pick teams, right? Nowhere in the world you pick these final four, right? There's been absolutely no perfect brackets. So, I mean, this is madness. I mean, March Madness. I mean, this is so exciting. I mean, not even the NCAA, but also the NIT, the WNIT was amazing. The NIT was amazing. Man, it's just so much excitement. So, I mean, let me get rolling here. We're going to have some fun tonight. I got a very special guest, a good friend of mine. Look like Look like we're going to have a really good time tonight. Man, I hope you guys are blessed, man. And you see my team, West Virginia, they made it to the dance, right? They got the dance. Some people didn't get on the dance floor, but West Virginia was on the dance floor. Now, they wasn't on the dance floor long. You guys remember those dance contests, right? The dance contest, where you get out there and it's like a certain amount of time, and then the judges are judging who's dancing the best, right? And you trying to win the crown in the dance contest, and all of a sudden they tap you on the shoulder. Well, we got tapped in the first round of the NCAAs. I think we may have won one, and then we lost another. We could have lost the first dance, but we were there. Not a whole lot of people could say they were there, but West Virginia was there, and I'm representing West Virginia this evening. Man, now can you believe it? It was a field of 68, and now we're about to hit the Final Four for men and women. It's been just exciting, right? So let's move forward. I want to start out this evening with the word of the week. No, not the word of the week. Book of the week. Let's check out the book of the week. Yeah, we're looking for the book of the week. Yeah, as I mentioned, I think the week before last, I had gone to the King Movement Summit with our president, Chris Broussard from Fox Sports 1. And what an awesome summit it was. And, Chris and the King Movement has a book out called True Manhood, right? The characteristics of a man of God. I got my copy, right? And if you want to get a copy, right? If you want to get a copy, you can go to thekingmovement.com, right? And pick up a copy there. It was awesome. Hey, there go my cousin Ray there. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Man, Ray, there go Ray Boy and Kevin Bunch, right? Ray Boy was there with me in Philadelphia at the summit, man. It looks like he had a great time. I had a great time, right? But get that book, man. Get that book right there. And then the word of the week. Check this word out. Right. Manhood. Right. Man, that's a touchy word today. But hey, manhood. Right. And the thing is, we're all born, for those who are males, we're all born males. Right. Dr. Edwin Lewis Cole said, you are a male by birth, but a man by choice, right? You have to choose to be a man, right? You can stay a male. And a lot of you guys have, a lot of people have, and communities have run into a bunch of males. They don't care about anybody, don't care about anything. They wreaking havoc, they only fulfilling their own personal desires. All they care about is themselves. They selfishness. Yeah, you could be a male. We just popped back in here. But remember, manhood. You are male by birth, but a man by choice. And you have to choose to be a man. Right. And so here's my affirmation of the week. It says, even when no one else is listening, I am God. Man, that's my affirmation for Hill and Pierce Harper affirmation quote moment. God is always listening, right? When you think nobody's listening, he's always listening, right? And here's my music and movie of the week. Hey, I was with Pastor Waller at the King Movement Conference. Man, what an amazing pastor. What an amazing church. We actually had the summit at his church, and man, it was just awesome. And man, if you want some good gospel music, right? He's got several albums out. Go Tell It on the Mountain. He got a number of albums. It's a little strange to say that today. Albums, CDs, back in the day it was album, now CDs, right? MP3s, MP4s, whatever, MP3s. However you got to get it, I say get it. And then, my movie or play, of course, there's been a movie on Disney. It's called Hamilton. We got the privilege to see my daughter Lencia on the tour of Hamilton last week. Man, play is awesome. It's going to be coming to a theater. I mean, a theater playhouse near you, right? Hey, man, if you, I think they're heading to Virginia. I think they're near the Richmond area in a few weeks, right? They're there in a few weeks. And the show is going to be awesome. Make sure you get your tickets. Yeah, that's one of my daughters there, and man, she's just awesome in there, man. Just go see it if it comes to a neighborhood near you or a city near you. Go make sure you go check it out. All right, man. I think celebrating Women's History Month, man. I like to take the month out. We celebrate women every day, every week, every month, every year, right? But we just happen to be celebrating in the month of March. Check this out. Viola Davis, right? I mean, Viola Davis is awesome, man. I mean, nobody can refute. She's won every award you can win, right? Man, you know what? She like the Samuel Jackson of actress. You can see her just pop up in little things in the star. Then she just start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And man, now she's there, right? And she's awesome. The Woman King, woo! I don't know what they were thinking about when it comes down to, winning the Oscar. No words, but she's my celebrating Women's History Month. Viola Davis, just an amazing actor. And next week, next Sunday, 7 to 8:30, April the 2nd, my man, right, Jameer Hamilton, man, I'm looking forward to checking him out, man. And we got a young man on the show, man, doing great things in college. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you check them out, man. When you get young people on, you got to check them out, right? And see what they're doing. And he's doing some amazing things. Well, we're going to get back to March Madness. And I want to start with these two videos of my guest this evening. And then from there, man, we're going to have a good time.
It's cold outside this morning. It's March Madness. It's been incredible, but I'm going to tell you one thing. You see it. I still represent my Rams. I want to congratulate them on a fantastic season. And, hey, here's the deal. We do VCU all day, all night. We rock with them all the time. And also, tomorrow is my birthday. So I want shout outs from all of y'all tomorrow for my birthday. That's right, Cal Duncan. Woo! It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go shorty. Go shorty. Now, remember, tomorrow's my birthday. But I just want to say March Madness is amazing. And I want to say congratulations to the VCU Rams. Yeah. Hey, still number one in my heart. Take care. God bless. And y'all have a fabulous day. And know that your best and brightest days are still ahead of you. Woo-hoo! We're dancing. That's right. I'm here at the Developmental Center right now at VCU as we're practicing. Come on, you see it in the background. VCU basketball. Come on. Yes, we're dancing. At this fit is coming to practice. They're practicing hard. They're getting ready. I'm telling you, they dancing. They got all types of stuff going on here. Yes, yes. I remember the days. Yes, look at that. Look at that. See the equipment? They getting ready to dance. We going to Albany, VCU. Let's make it happen. So anyway, this is Calvin A. Duncan leaving practice. I thank Coach for letting me come in. And look, we ready to dance. Woo! VCU! VCU! Woo! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Man!
It's March Madness.
Yo! What's going on, y'all fella? Man, I tell you right now, I'm laughing at those videos. I'm like, yo, this dude, how you just copy and paste them things on your program. I was like, what videos is he going to show? So,
oh man,
that was cool though, man. Lord bless you, brother.
God bless you too, man. Hey, let me tell you, man. Hey, for every one of you out there, right? Let me say this about Calvin Duncan, Calvin A. Duncan, Pastor Calvin Duncan. Right? There's nobody who has more energy and more love. Right? I mean, check him out on Facebook, man. Every morning he's on there, man. He giving you a word. I mean, he trying to get you in shape, man. He trying to get your health together. Oh man, look, man. Before we get rolling here, I got one more video to show you, man. I got to show you this video, man. Check this out. Check this out.
Oh, that's crazy. Crazy. I love it.
Yeah, we got.
Look like something old. Oh Lord. Hey, this is wild. I know it's gonna happen.
On the perimeter, they got Duncan and they've got Rolando Lamb. They got their best shooter, Brown. And Brown might throw it in and take the touch pass to the corner.
Looks like Duncan's going to make a cut off the screen to the left corner. That's my guess. Yes.
Yep.
There it goes. Inside it goes to Lamb. He squares up for the shot.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Barnett out in the middle.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey, I didn't know if I was ready to talk. The funny part is whoever's watching it, I didn't make the shot. But the play was designed. I'll tell y'all something funny in a minute. I don't know if I'm interrupting.
Yeah, you can take. Oh, we can stop the video. Yeah, we can stop the video.
So this is the funny part, right? The announcer even said, I think Duncan's going to cut to the corner and look for the shot. So the deal is I was on the right-hand side, and let me see, the ball was actually, let me see. Yeah, the ball, they was facing me. So I was on the left-hand side, and then right-hand side, I was going to go left. So as I went over there, the other guy that was on inbounds pass kind of jumped in the air in that area so I couldn't get the ball. They threw the ball to my man, Rolando Lamb. Rolando catches the ball, throws it up. It goes in. So years later, my head coach, J.D. Barnett, we happened to see him. Me and Rolando was talking, and he was like, yeah, he said, that play that you made the shot, Rolando, he said, hey, everybody in the building knew Duncan was going to get the ball. Everybody in the building knew Duncan was going to get the ball. I used him as a decoy. Remember, I used you as a decoy, and I knew he lied. He didn't use me as no decoy, and he knew it too. He was trying to get me the ball, period. He never said, okay, We're gonna use Calvin as a decoy, and we're gonna hopefully 2 guys get on him. So a little bit baloney. Anyway, I'm just saying. That's all. That's the inside scoop.
And you heard it live, right? On the blueprint. You got the real deal. Hey, but you were dancing.
Yeah, we were dancing.
You were dancing, and then you got the chance. I think the next team you played was Syracuse.
Yes. Hey, look, let me go ahead and give it to you right now. Playing Syracuse in New Jersey at the Meadowlands, my home state. However, Syracuse had a kid, which many of you are familiar with. I know cousin Ray, I mean Ray Boy, Ray Man, whatever you want to call it, cuz all them knew and heard about a kid by the name of Dwayne Washington, aka the Pearl.
Yeah.
The Pearl was playing on that team, also with a really good player and friend of mine by the name of Raphael Addison out of Jersey City, New Jersey. And they had a tough team, man. And they was just better than us. Pearl didn't go crazy, but it was good to have that opportunity to play against that type of talent. Now, going back to Pearl Washington, I met Pearl when he was younger because a guy named Cosell Brown, who I've had an opportunity to play with at Oak Hill Academy. And so as a result, just knowing those New York guys and, Lowesmore, legendary as well. Pearl was just special. And, I happened to see Pearl back in like 2000, maybe like, I want to say 7 at the ceremony where I was fortunate enough to get be inducted in the Oak Hill Academy Hall of Fame with Carmelo Anthony and some other guy, Rod Strickland, New York, one of the New York finest as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last time I saw Pearl Washington on this earth live. And, I was so hurt to hear that he had, I believe, brain cancer or something and passed years ago. And, yeah, there you go. Yeah, Pearl Washington, yes. Played against the Pearl, man. And just a good guy, too, man. I mean, good. Yeah. I mean, he was a good guy. He was just a good guy, man. And, man, it hurt my heart when I heard he was sick and had to, had surgery and passed away. Lord bless him. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that as well.
Yeah. And just maybe about a couple of months ago, they had the first annual Bronx, New York Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. And they had inducted, Nate Tiny Archibald.
Hold up. Who was it again now? I'm sorry, because I turned away because I wanted to lift my computer up just a little bit more.
Yeah. Nate Tiny Archibald. I think it was Dolph Shades.
Yeah.
And they what's the kid from in the Bronx played with the Phoenix, Ricky Sovers.
Yeah. You used to play with Phoenix Suns. Yeah.
Yeah, Phoenix Sun, Ricky Sovers, all them guys was there. Actually, Rod Strickland was I think Rod got inducted too. Rod got inducted as well and ended up, of course, he's the coach at LIU now.
Really?
Yeah, he's the head coach at LIU.
How did they do this year?
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna go check him out this I didn't get a chance to go, but this is his first season as a head coach.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you're in that first season. It's you already have players, you're recruiting players, you're trying to find your your niche, your chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm looking forward to seeing maybe, next year get down there and seeing him build a program.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, this time of the year has been crazy.
Bro.
Now tell me you got these picks in the Final Four.
Oh yeah. My bracket is totally jacked up. Man, my bracket is jacked up. Not only that, bro, right now as we speak. I don't know if you're keeping up with it, bro. Spanking Miami is up 87-81 against Texas. When I was talking to you when we was testing, Texas was up 80. What was it? No, it was
70.
80-70, right?
It was a 70-60 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was up 10 points.
Exactly, bro. Miami is up 87-81 with 4.2 seconds left to go. And they about ready to dance. Bro. So many. I picked Texas in the championship to get there. And now, once again, man, the brackets.
Well, you know, this is actually, check this out. This is actually the first year I did brackets for the men and women. This is the first year.
Okay.
Right. I refuse to do it because I can't concentrate. You know? Right. I'm like, everything you're gonna put down gonna be wrong, you know. So, right. and I literally was mad. Right. I got on this NCAA challenge thing, you know, logged in, put it on my app, and every time I checked my thing, it kept the little red X kept coming up. Loss.
Wow.
So as players, we are not very good at this.
Well, bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm wondering who even picked these folks. You know what I mean? You know, whoever did the analytics, whatever they do is better than ours.
Well, and this is one of the things we were discussing the other day. Mm-hmm. And the data proves it, that when you look at get down to the final 8. Okay. Right. And now getting into the final 4, data says, like this year, there's only actually one starting freshman.
Oh, wow.
Right. Because when everybody's looking at getting the McDonald's All-American.
Right.
Everybody's looking at getting the one and done. Where you know, there are a lot of teams when you get that make the dance that are juniors and seniors. So by the time you get past that Sweet 16, everybody old, man. I mean, you know, according to people, you know, you you going against grown men.
Right.
And you can't come in there with no babies.
No, sir.
You know, trying to play.
Right.
Yeah. See, there you go. Miami just defeated Texas, you know, and you can't come in there with no little babies. I mean, you got to be a grown man to win the championship. If you look back over years, just look at how many one and dones.
Yes, sir.
Have been in the Final 4.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So whoever can keep their players in college are going to win the championship. I mean, so Amen. Yeah. So what was it like? I mean, because everybody that I brought on, I had Taylor Palmer. She played for my wife in high school, and then she played for West Virginia University, and I think she went to the dance 3 times. Right. I had Delaney Rudd on, and Delaney went to the dance.
Nice.
You know, and then I had coach, my wife's and my daughter's coach from Fairfield University, 500 wins. Wow. You know, she's talking about the dance, right? I mean, we were never good enough to get to the dance. I mean, that's that's all of our, as a little kid.
Yeah.
Besides getting to the NBA, it's like we want to go dancing.
Yes, sir.
Right. And I didn't get to go dancing. I mean, not as a player. When I was at Albany State University as an assistant coach, we were Division III, and we made it to the Sweet 16.
Okay.
We lost in the Sweet 16. You know, so that's the only time I got to dance.
Hold up. Yeah. Wow. The Sweet 16, Division III.
Division III.
Okay.
Yeah, Sweet
That's
16.
Still good. That's still an accomplishment.
Yeah, it is an accomplishment, but I didn't get to play, man. So tell me what it's like, man. Come on.
All right. First and foremost, bro, for those that are watching, you know, y'all have a very humble guest, Lowe's Moore. Even though he didn't dance for 4 years, you know, the question is, Do I want to dance for 4 years and not make the NBA? Or do I don't want to dance and don't dance and make the NBA? I believe that most people will take the latter. So I appreciate your humility, man. But as far as what it was like for me, I remember, bro, and it was 1980, 83. Let me see, 81, 82. No, 82. Anyway, my sophomore year. And we played in the first round against LaSalle out of Philadelphia at Greensboro, North Carolina, at the Greensboro Coliseum. And I'm gonna tell you what hit me was when you go in the arena, and you remember back then, you know, you're talking about in the early 80s, that's when ACC used to, well, you know, Big East started coming up strong, but the ACC was always the standard, you know. And so you think about all these great players who played in this arena, in this Coliseum. You think about the fact that you done played hard, man. October 15th, if you remember, used to be the starting date for NCAA teams back in the day. Now it's totally different. They working out probably about 11 months out of the year. But back then it was totally different. So we would practice on October the 1st would be our first practice. And when you get in the NCAA tournament and you in March, you think about all the work that you put in. And now here it is, your season can end with just one game. So what I remember some exhilaration to the fact that we made it, but then I also felt pressure because now it's one and done. If you happen to have a bad game and the other team plays out of their mind and you're supposed to be favorites, you go home. So it was very a small margin of error that you had to deal with when you played. So I remember that, and then the fans were so excited, and the enthusiasm they had to be able to travel from Richmond, Virginia to Greensboro, North Carolina, get a hotel, wear the black and gold, scream VCU, and it was really awesome. And I want to say this because I'm not faking a funk with anybody. We were, even your school, actually, West Virginia, at the time, was more of a known school than VCU. You know, VCU, we were a mid-major school on the rise. And I was proud to be a part of that process, to see a school that was like somewhat unheard of to being at least nationally recognized because we went to the NCAA tournament.
Wow. Nah. Yeah. You telling it like it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, but let's digress for a moment, man, because you getting to VCU, I mean, talk a little bit about the journey of your life.
Wow.
Right. And getting to, man, because you had your life wasn't easy. So, I mean, how do you get from where you were, right, to where you eventually you go to? Talk about the journey, man. I mean, and all the stuff that happened, you know, so people get context to when you say I've danced. I mean, you know, because it wasn't an easy road to the dance.
No, there was a lot of bumps, a lot of potholes along the way. First and foremost, I'm from Linden, New Jersey, so I'm like exit 13 up the turnpike, Parkway, like, I don't know, 100, 130 something up the Parkway. And my journey really started, man, as an infant. You know, my mother was pregnant with me in her belly, her first child. And right before she gave birth, she became sick. So I was born, even though I'm from Jersey, but I was born in a place called Halifax County, which is in Virginia. Halifax County. They call it South Boston, Virginia. And my mom was living with her mother, which was my grandmother at the time. And my mother hit a pregnancy because back then, when you think about 1961, 62, 63, all in that era, they would go, they frowned upon women who were pregnant but not married. Even though the double standard is a man could have a child by, give a woman a baby and not be married and not be criticized and looked upon as the scum of the earth. But in this situation, my mom was pregnant, rushed to the hospital, and she was having a lot of complications. So to birth me, so what they had to do, they had to C-section me out. During that time, unfortunately for my mother, she never recuperated. And 5 days later, she basically hemorrhaged to death 5 days after I was born, which would be March the 26th. Now, ironic, because I don't want to miss this point about how God's providence and how God's hand could be on your life. And even decisions sometimes you make and you thinking you're making this decision, but it does have some spiritual implications. It's amazing that I wore number 5 at VCU. When I picked number 5, I picked number 5 because, in college, you can't wear numbers like 6, 7, 8, 9, 19, and all that. Dr. J was my favorite guy. So I wanted to wear number 6 to be like Dr. J. However, you couldn't wear number 6. So I said, well, the closest number to number 6 is number 5. Not knowing that my mom died 5 days after my birth. So here it is. I'm wearing number 5 and not knowing that that 5 represented the 5 days on this earth that my mom passed, but also from a spiritual point of view, the number 5 represents is a number of grace. So I can say God's grace was on my life and his hand was on my life before I even knew it and even understood it. So 5 days on this earth, mom died. I'm in that hospital bed. A father never goes up. So like Lowell said earlier, being a male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. And that man didn't show up. So I guess I was just an orphan. And my grandmother wasn't going to raise me. So during the funeral, while they had the funeral, my aunt, which was my mother's oldest sister named Mabel, and family came down to the funeral. And my aunt at the time was living in New Jersey. And she decided to adopt me. And I want to say this. She was, when you think of adoption is a huge responsibility. But the fact of the matter that she was 43 when she adopted me. So you're 43 years old, single, working a factory job, and you adopt an infant, man, that's sacrifice. So she's an amazing woman. So anyway, so she raised me, and I grew up in New Jersey, started playing basketball, and I'll just give you some bullet points, and you can always ask me questions if you would like. But started playing basketball at 12 years old. 12 years old, man, I was trying to make a decision between which J I would go with. What J I would go with. Not the jump shot, not J, the jump shot, but I wanted to be like Dr. J or Jimi Hendrix. So it was like, Jimi Hendrix, like, I like Jimmy, man. I was one of the very few that was digging Jimmy way back in the day at 12 years old. And they was like, yo, man, Cal, crazy, man. He liked that rock and roll. But see, Jimmy was special. And still today, the best ever, Jimi Hendrix. But anyway, I went with Dr. J because, and you guys know in New Jersey, we get some of the same stations you get in New York. So on Channel 9, I think that was what, WPIX. And they would show the Nets and the Knicks. And so that's how I saw Dr. J. At 12, I said I wanted to be a basketball player. And that's where it kind of started for me at the PAL, the Police Athletic League. And when I started off, I wasn't that good. I was a chubby kid, just wanted to play and get my butt kicked. being criticized like any kid would, in those urban areas. You ain't no good. You can't play. And I'll never forget one of the experiences that changed my life, meaning my game, in my basketball game, was I was playing at school number 4. I went to school number 4, and school number 5 across the tracks, like our arch rivalry. Anyway, we was playing basketball, and it was this older guy named Spanky. His real name is Walter. I forgot his last name, but this guy named Spanky. He had this weird shot, and matter of fact, he shot left-handed like you, and he was a lefty. And man, he would shoot this jump shot, man. Bottom line, he was killing me. So while he was killing me, you know how people have necks and everything. You know, people, yo, man, get off the court, man. Yo, let me take your place. You want me to take your place? I said, nah, I'm good. Then because I said, nah, I'm good, then they get mad at you even more. Man, you ain't nothing. You ain't us. You ain't this. Man, kill him, Spanky. Kill him. Bro, I got wore out. I'll never forget after that game. I just, I knew that I got the butt kicked. So I couldn't just leave the playground right away, because that looked like you just corny. You got your butt kicked, you start walking, and people like, look at this guy. So what I did was I waited for a while, and then I kind of eased on out around the fence, and I left. But that day, I made a decision. I'm gonna get better some way, somehow. And I start asking a guy named Sandy Pione. Guy helped me out with AAU and all that. But anyway, I asked him about drills, and I just became a fanatic on the details of playing basketball. And so what I did was I didn't even go to school number 4 and play with the guys. I would play by myself, and when the guys come, then I'll go somewhere else and play at another part where I can just work on my game. And that's what I did for a period of time. That right there made the difference in my fundamentals and my ability to be able to be fundamentally sound, have some skills, and work on the things that most guys didn't work on, because at that time, everybody mostly played with their athletic ability. That catapulted me to being better. And all that I got to say is this, and you can ask me, because don't want to go too long with the story, is I couldn't wait as I got older to play Spanky. And when I played Spanky, school number 4, it was like my boy Vince Carter said when he had the dunk. He said, over. It was over. Man, I killing him. And I never was the type of guy who just talk mess, just to talk mess. I wasn't that dude. But if a guy talked to me, then I could talk back and say some things. And boy, I wore them out. And then, back then, you playing that. Yeah, wow, that's an old picture, but went down the archives. Lord have mercy. I was your face, Anyway, I thought, worked up about it. But anyway, that was part of the journey to Oak Hill Academy from Linden High School. I was messing up in my grades. A guy helped me out and told me about a school called Oak Hill Academy through Howard Garfinkel. And that's how I got to Oak Hill Academy. And I don't know how much you want to go into it, but took a placement test down there, had a 4th grade reading level, 11th grade. They was going to send me back home. But Mr. and Mrs. Eisner, who are with the president of the school, gave me a shot, man. They believed in me. They said, we believe that you have the aptitude to do the work. They looked at my transcripts and they saw where, I just missed a lot of days of school. Just didn't go to school, didn't like school. And what I want to put a plug in for all of us that are out there, particularly African-Americans, Blacks, however you want to identify yourself these days, brothers, sisters, is, don't allow society to paint all white people as being bad people, because they're not. If you think back in history and you go back to the Underground Railroad, you will see that it was on the Underground Railroad that those people who was helping people like Harriet Tubman to make 19 trips back to where she was enslaved to help free 300 plus people, 330 of slaves. It was because of white people who had a heart to do the right thing. Abolitionists, they were called. So, don't be so quick, as they would say, to judge a book by its cover. I understand, yes, we have been deceived in certain areas, man. We have been hoodwinked, like my boy Malcolm said, bamboozled, led astray. Yes, I believe that. I am not selling out on nobody. But the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, there are some beautiful people out there with a good heart, and those individuals helped me out. And as a result, I was at Oak Hill Academy for 2 years. And from there, I was recruited by, I went to Maryland, left to Drizel. That's when my man Albert King was playing there. New York, number 55, Alexander Hamilton, right?
That's yeah. In Brooklyn, yeah.
What? He was special, man. He was special. Now, now I know there's people out there saying, yeah, but Bernard, look, Bernard is the king, he's the original king.
Right.
About it. But man, Albert King, boy, woo. But look, there was anyway, I could go on.
Albert. Well, Albert, man. I was coming out my senior year, and I think Albert was going into his junior year, sophomore year, or something like that. Sophomore
tell me about it.
Yeah, and I was in the All-Star game, and they had a Rising Star game, right? And we were seniors, and all the college coaches was there, and they were not looking at any seniors. They were looking at Albert King.
What?
They were all there early, right? They were all there early to see Albert. I mean, standing room only in Nyack College or something like that. This arena they had up in Nyack, and he came in towering over everybody. Man, he was just floating and just smooth. Like quick like lightning.
Right.
Yeah. Elevate.
Yeah.
And he didn't have he wasn't real fancy.
No.
He was just very fundamentally sound, man, and he just got to his business quick.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, he was out of there. He was going. Yeah. And then so you go from lefty Drizel to
So from lefty, Buck Williams was there too.
That's my man Buck. We played together with the Nets.
Right?
Yeah.
Buck Williams, man. A guy named Ernest Graham out of Baltimore, real good scorer. White hair named Danny Manning was there, but I wanted to go to Maryland, but then a cat by the name of Jeff Atkins made an early commitment. The two guards that they was hitting hard was Milt Wagner out of Camden, New Jersey. My boy Milt, we played together at AAU, myself and Jeff. So they chose Jeff. Jeff made an early commitment, and I visited Purdue, University of Minnesota, and unofficial visit, I think, at Wake Forest and Villanova, somewhere else. Anyway, bottom line is I chose VCU because I had this mindset of it's better to be a small. No, I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a big pond. So the decision helped me out. It worked out well for me, and that's how I ended up at VCU.
Yeah, and then when we showed the highlight earlier, and Rolando Lamb.
Yeah, Rolando.
Hit the big shot.
Yes.
And his son.
Yes, Jeremy
Lamb, University of Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then now he's in the NBA. I think he's with the Pacers.
He was with the Pacers. This year he didn't sign. He was a free agent. He didn't get picked up, but he's in the league. He got drafted in 2012.
Yeah,
10 years in the league.
And when we were down for the summit, it was a pleasure to spend some time with his dad.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the ministers at the church.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, and he's
So
the
let
one
the people know, man. I'm hungry while I'm talking to you, brother. So,
well, Pastor Duncan. You know how pastors are. Pastor Duncan. They work. He came from service and leadership meetings and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right to the podcast. So I said, look, man, hey, do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. So before we get into some family stuff, I want you to tell the people, like, you play well at VCU, right? And then everybody desires to be in the NBA, right? You play well, and then tell me what happened, in terms of the draft and.
Okay. Well, I got drafted 30th pick, second round. Charles Oakley and I were drafted by Cleveland. And then you know how they set up trades. And then after we were drafted by Cleveland, we were traded to Chicago Bulls for Enos Watley and Keith Lee. And we signed a 3-year deal with the Chicago Bulls. And then came to camp. Played, did well. But it was almost like a year before that, I received Christ as my Lord and Savior in 1984. January of 1984 in Birmingham, Alabama, in a Hyatt hotel with a Gideon's Bible. I asked Jesus Christ to come into my life, according to Romans 10:9, that if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God is raised from the dead, you shall be saved. And I did that. And after I came back from summer camp, before I went to veteran camp, man, I just felt a pull away from the NBA. And the pull basically was, in a nutshell, and you're free to ask me anything if you want to, kind of give your audience some more clarity on understanding or investigate more. At the end of the day, bro, you know how the NBA is. You played there, you've been there, you understand the social life in the NBA. And I'm not sitting here like I had the worst life ever, but I did grow up with some challenges. And, just for example, growing up, my girlfriend, mom, my junior year, was a drug dealer, so, they had the drug house and all that. So those type of people, when I say those type of people, I don't even want to say it like that, because everybody is precious to God. And even though they may be doing something to make money, I don't want to say those type of people, like they over here and I'm over here. I'm gonna say that that was just some of the individuals that were my friends. And I just felt that if I would go back in the NBA, if I would go to the NBA without any type of discipleship, that I didn't want to be a hypocrite. And I'm not coming against anybody, because a hypocrite is not, sometimes, man, that word is used too loosely. When somebody is doing wrong or having this a tough season in their life, Christians, to me at times, not all Christians, would say, oh, it's just nothing but a hypocrite. And or the world, because you're not doing everything right, they want to label you a hypocrite. So I don't want to use that word lightly, but the bottom line is I didn't want to live a life contrary to the word of God. And I felt I just wasn't ready. Oh, wow. This is Gary McIntyre. We played the VC. You kidding me? You see that?
Hey, check it out. Gary was with me at West Virginia for
Gary! Come on, bro. All the way from the Bahamas, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if was it Nassau or Freeport. Gary McIntyre, we played together. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I talk to Gary all the time, man.
What?
You know, Gary was a freshman. Gary was a freshman at West Virginia. He played with me for a year, and then I think after that he went to junior college, and then I guess he ended up with you.
Yes.
Yeah, we trying to work something out. We trying to get over to the Bahamas and do some clinics over there.
Hey, look, I feel you, man. Look, so Gary is in where in Bahamas? Oh, Bahamas.
He's in the Bahamas. Yeah, he's in the Bahamas. Yeah, I see him on Facebook all the time. He's doing his drills and doing the fundamentals with the kids and stuff like that. He got a nice program there.
No, but I mean, is he in like Nassau? Where is he in the Bahamas? Freeport?
I don't know. He could tell us. Yo, Gary, tell us where you are in the Bahamas, man.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
And he played he's in Freeport. He played with
I remember. I got you, baby.
He played with my brother Curtis too.
Oh my God, this
Curtis
is
Moore.
Crazy. I gotta tell Rolando this, man. Gary spanking McIntosh. And Gary was, man, a tremendous, you know this as well as I know. Gary was a tremendous athlete.
Oh yeah, gifted. Yeah, man child.
A man child. Listen, let me tell you this right now. Gary really didn't know, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, and we can just talk about it. I don't think Gary knew how good he could be.
Yeah. I would agree 100%. And also West Virginia didn't know what they had in them.
Yep.
You know, I brought him home during break one time, right? Brought him home during break and took him to the boys club.
You froze, but I don't know if we can hear your voice. You froze, took him to the boys club.
Little technical. Yeah, he almost wrecked our gym, man. Almost tore the rims out the thing, man. I'm like, come on, man. You know, we ain't got no. I didn't get to the league yet to be buying some rims. I'm still in.
Right.
Yeah, Gary McIntosh. Yep.
I'll say this, man, and Gary, you feel free to comment. When Gary came to VCU, we had the right team for him, but we had the wrong coach. Gary didn't need somebody constantly screaming at him and trying to break him into this player that they want them to be. Gary needed somebody to say, I mean, they ain't talking about babying them, but you'd be able to say, hey, come on. You know, hey, Gary, look, this is what we need to do. This is what we need from you. Gary wasn't no rebel. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no guy who just was trying to do his own thing. Gary was an ultimate team player. He needed somebody just to pat him on the back and just say, Gary, man, come on, man, you can do better than that. Not cussing and carrying on. And Gary would kind of clam up, you know, like, and just be like, you know, and I think that hurt him because we didn't have the right coach for him.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that was the same thing. We didn't have the right coach, you know, for him at West Virginia.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my man, down in the Bahamas. Okay, let me see what he's doing. Don't leave that up there, bro. I got to put my glasses on. I can't fake the funk, but I got to see what's going on. There he goes shooting. Oh, that's with VCU. There you got a picture of Gary shooting VCU. We got him over here, number 24, 54, whatever number that is. And the man is stronger than an ox.
Yeah, man. He looked the same right now.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Yes, he does, man. And so he coached from, let me see, coached from 1983 to 92, teacher, 92 to now. So Gary's teaching the Bahama national basketball team for 4 years. He did that. He went to Massanutten. Oh, wow. Attended basketball camp, independent junior college. Yep.
He was with my brother there. He was with my brother Curtis.
Oh, wow. That is incredible, man. Hey, Matt, did you ever have the privilege and the opportunity to hear Dr. Miles Monroe? Because he's from Nassau, Bahama, I believe. Nassau, Bahamas.
He's Dr. Miles Monroe's the man.
Yeah, man. So, wow, much love, man.
So,
make sure we get his Gary information, man.
Okay, so check this out. So you ended up like choosing not to go.
Yes, sir.
To the NBA.
Yes, sir.
Right, and you chose to go where and play
with a group called Athletes in Action, which is Campus Crusade for Christ, and there I was able to receive some mentorship, discipleship, and to grow my faith in Jesus Christ. That's a group of people who would, at that time, Athletes in Action was a team. My mentor and my brother Lorenzo Romar.
Oh, I know Lorenzo. There. That's my man.
Yeah.
We came. I think we came out together. Me and Lorenzo were together in the league. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He was with the Celtics, and I was with the Nets.
Yes.
And some of the
Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks.
He was with Golden State.
Golden State. I was with him when he was with Golden State.
Okay.
And during the Summer Pro League, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I was the Nets with the Nets Summer League, and he was with Golden State.
Yep.
And we hosted during the whole Summer League. We hosted a Bible study every other night.
Wow.
Yeah, every other night we had it. We had players packed in there, man, in our hotel room.
Hold up. So you said you and Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Y'all held a Bible study?
We had Bible studies every other night in the Summer Pro League for the NBA.
Amazing.
In California.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's a good brother, right?
Yes, he is, man. Yeah. Awesome. Had an awesome career, awesome coaching career.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
that's my guy.
Yeah. And transitioning, because I had the opportunity coming out of college to play for Athletes in Action.
Okay.
I was recruited with Marvin Delt.
Yep, number 44 played for.
I mean he could have been a number one draft pick, and we should have put number one draft pick in the NBA, right?
Wow.
Marvin Delt, man, he was amazing. I had a chance to tour. I was waiting for the draft. I was in California with him. I toured with Athletes in Action, and then I had to make a choice between playing in NBA and going with Athletes in Action. And of course, my longtime dream was to play in the league. So when I got drafted, it was like, okay, let's roll out of here.
Right.
Yeah, and then plus, the platform, the platform to use your gift to minister, your gift of basketball to minister to the world, and to be able to share your testimony, back at that time was important. That was a part of my ministry.
Yes, sir.
From college to the pros. And so I admire you for, making the choice, to serve God, which helps us transition into, now you're Pastor Duncan. So you Pastor Duncan now. And so I want to show this little video, right? Because you are the man. You're man. You are good with people, man. I mean,
thank you.
And I mean everybody, man. No, regardless race, creed, color, right? You there. I mean, I ain't gonna talk about your dance moves, man. When you was going for the dancing president, you fortunate I didn't. I found the video. I just didn't put it up.
Hey, I'm just saying, don't hate, just participate.
Yeah. So yeah,
I love people, man. I love people.
And I want to show this video of you, and then we're gonna talk about rest of the show we're gonna deal with this on the ministry, right? Yeah. Deal with faith, family, right? And so let's check this out, man. Wow. So man, I was down there. Yeah. I was down there, man. And I had Richmond, Virginia. We had our summit, a leadership summit there. Mm-hmm. You took it from the small church there, then blasted it out. And and you have, the thing for me was that I got a chance to attend Sunday morning service, the joy in which you do what you do. Wow. and in the community and, in the church. I mean, just, it's contagious, man. I mean, so talk to me about how you, before we get to that, we got to talk about your wife and family, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't.
That's fine.
Yeah, definitely got to talk about your wife and family, man.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So holler at me about that, man.
That's a picture of my wife and I.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My wife and I, we're married now 31 years, and been blessed, been thankful. You know, every marriage doesn't, always has its challenges, and enduring, understanding that love is not just a feeling, but it is a commitment. And when I met my wife, she had 2 children, a previous marriage. So I took on 2 children when I married. And today, our relationship is great. My wife and I had 1 child from our union. So I have a total of 3 children. Richard, that's Richard right there. The young man, he's now a youth pastor and also one of the assistant pastors, really doing a fabulous job ministering the word of God. He's good with people. He does this fabulous job. And that right there is a picture of my family. My daughter now, Chelsea, and her husband. And then Richard and our 2 grands. And then my youngest, Azelle, is 25. So, for me, my goal was that I wanted to be a good father. And for those brothers that are out there, that's my son, Richard. And that's Richard, Chelsea, and Azelle. And I'm proud of them. Richard graduated from Virginia Tech. Chelsea graduated and got a master's from UVA. And my other daughter graduated from Liberty. That's a picture of my grandson. We went to a VCU basketball game. I took him, my son, and his son. And my goal was to be a great father, and was not going to use the excuse that we hear a lot. Man, I had no dad, so, I don't know how to be no father. I hear that, bro. But you know what? If you played, if you bowl, you didn't grow up learning how to bowl. You had to learn how to bowl. If you played basketball, you had to learn how to play basketball. If you played it good. If you are a golfer, I don't really golf much, but you just can't go out there and start just swinging the stick. You got to learn how to play. If you played the streets, you got to learn how to play the streets. You got to learn how to hustle. So why can't you learn how to be a father? It's just, and so here's the deal. I ain't trying to get in nobody's face, but it's like, at the end of the day, I like to say it like this: there's a fine line between a reason and an excuse. It's a fine line. Sometimes people have reasons. Well, most time people have excuses, but baby mama drama, bro. That's why I can't get with my kids. I know there's some situations that are just totally crazy, and the woman that lost her mind because she lost you. And I know everybody has a different situation, but I say that to not want to take care of your son or daughter, the Bible says you're worse than an infidel. The Bible, in other words, how can you allow your seed to go unprotected and just exist, knowing there's a little you with your DNA out there and you're not even a part of their life? I don't get it. I'll never get it.
Yeah. And we were having that conversation, earlier this week in regards to being a man.
Right.
And of course, there are a lot of males out there.
Right.
Right. And so only way for a man to become a man is to have a man in their life.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And our women, our wives, our mothers have done a tremendous job, and men or males have caused for women to take on more than they were supposed to.
Yes, sir.
And so that's why we definitely need, to have men and man who understand their responsibility and their roles.
Yes, sir.
you know, and it is challenging. Nothing's more challenging than helping men from males to men.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, nothing's more challenging. And speaking of families, you've taken on what I consider extended family. When you pastor a church, right? You not just pastoring the church, but when you pastor in the church, you also taking on extended family from the church and the community. Right. So talk about, how you got to, the founder of Faith and Family Church. What was in your thoughts and mind about that and how you currently doing?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to encourage everybody, and I want y'all to listen to the statement that, I don't consider myself better than anybody. I consider myself a child of God based on the word of God, based on the fact that that we all are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation who've been called out of darkness into his marvelous light. I am very honored and blessed to do what I do. I recognize that I was a sinner saved by grace. Not I am a sinner saved by grace. No, I was a sinner saved by grace. Why? Because once I received Christ into my life, the Bible says old things have passed away, behold, all things are new. Does that mean that I don't miss the mark? No. Does it mean that I don't sin? No. What it means is I'm not a sinner. Because if I'm a sinner, and then that means that that's the capture that I'm under. But no, I was a sinner saved by grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. We once was lost, but now we're found. We were blind. Now we see spiritually. And so the way Faith and Family came about was really, I just felt in my heart after being a youth pastor, serving the ministry with Athletes in Action, doing a lot of mission work, and then doing work in the community. And as a youth pastor for many years, I guess about maybe 6 years as a youth pastor, I believe. Yeah, 5 or 6 years. I just felt it was time for me to start a church. And I wanted our church to be a church that would embrace people regardless of their ethnicity, education level, finances. I just want us to love. The Bible talks about it. Jesus said the greatest 2 commandments is first and foremost to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And that's Matthew 24. And to love your neighbor as yourself. So it's important for me to try to extend that love to people that come to the church. Hey, if you wear a hat to church, I ain't tripping. Wear your hat, bro. Because I know your hat go with your outfit. I get it. That's cool. We don't make nobody take off their hats and all that. We meet people where they are. Because that's what the Lord did. The Lord came, remember, the Lord came from heaven to earth. In other words, he met us where we are. And that's what I try to foster at Faith and Family Church. A church, an extended family. Name our church is Faith and Family Church, where we are living by faith and building godly families. And our ultimate goal is building consummate, balanced people doing good works in the community, because I don't want to be, and this may be offensive to some, I don't want to be a Christian country club. I don't want to be a Christian country club where, and like I said, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but I've been around for a while now, I've seen one of the best things that happened to me at Athletes in Action was I was able to be around other believers. And so there's some other believers who didn't believe or grew up like I grew up in a Baptist church where you clapping your hands and, moving around and feeling good. And you get somebody shouting and they, and the music get to going, or one of these holiness churches, an apostolic church, or a church you speak in tongues and pray in the spirit and things are happening. So what I discovered is everybody who is real loud doesn't mean that they are real, that they got to be authentic Christians because how loud they are. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Say it 100 times and people say, that person on fire. But yet I saw some basic brothers in Christ who went to a Methodist church, you know, quiet as a church mouse, but has more integrity than I had. And I was like, wow, it ain't about the songs. It ain't about the hand clapping, even though I love to clap my hands and praise the Lord. My point is I was able to appreciate different denominations. The bottom line, as long as we love Jesus, as long as you believe that Jesus is the Messiah, as long as you believe that he rose from the dead, as long as you believe that he's the anointed one of God, and then we have that in common, we can roll, we can flow. So I don't want a Christian country club. I don't want to give another couple of Christians, and the only thing we talking about is the service and how anointed it was and how Bishop said this and how so-and-so said this. And we, oh, woo, oh, Lord, hallelujah. Woo, woo. You know, all that gyrations and all that, for me, don't mean nothing if you're not making a difference in your community. It don't mean nothing if you're not impacting people. It don't mean nothing if you on your job and you one of the worst employees in the business. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing at all. So my goal was to have people who were making a difference outside the church. We come in, we clap, yes, we sing, we shout, whatever it is that you got to do. If you want to do it the quiet way, whatever. But at the end of the day, we got to make a difference out there in the community.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. The man of the people.
Yeah.
No. And I never forget. We met probably at we met the King Summit, right? We met the King Summit, and right away, man, the enthusiasm.
Hey, can you go back to that picture of Lowe's?
Which one?
The last one. Yeah, right there. See the white guy right there with the blue on. I'm hugging. I'm standing up.
Yeah.
Girl in between. That's
he got the tie on, or which one?
No, the one with the blue. The blue.
Oh, the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sandy Pine. That's the guy who helped me out in Jersey.
Okay.
Yep. He's still doing the basketball thing. I mean, he done Edgar Jones. Remember Edgar Jones?
Edgar Jones was a rookie with me with the Nets.
Exactly. So if you remember, go back to your memory bank. Think of Edgar Jones. And Edgar Jones every now and then be with a white guy with short, fuzzy, curly hair.
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh, okay.
Sandy Pion, Jewish guy. Awesome. That guy was amazing. He was very instrumental in my success as a basketball player.
Wow.
Took us to New York City, played in all those tournaments. You know, y'all had the citywide AA, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Brooklyn, USA.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had something at MIT. I mean, you know, and then even back then, you know, New York was what's up, man. But anyway, I just saw that picture. I want to let you know that's Sandy Pione, legendary. He's 75 years old, man, and still helping kids today.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, I know we're finishing up here, so you go ahead, man. You want to ask me anything real quick before you close it out?
Yeah, I want to. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming on, man. And you know, I love spending time with you, man. we have a good time. I mean, we you know, a few years ago, you know, at the summit, they always have the basketball tournament. You know, because we done been to Memphis. I mean, you even played 1 year. You played 1 year in it. Yeah,
I played a couple of times.
You was like, woo. You just take them young dudes. I've actually never played. I mean, the one time we came, the one time we came to the leadership thing at your place. You know, I got out there and showed a little bit of stuff. You know, you're
nice, bro.
Yeah. We started getting a little competitive out there.
Oh man. Come on, Lowe's more kite, baby. Come on, legendary. Legendary. You the man, bro.
Oh man. Yeah. Many people don't know about the kite.
Right. Yeah. So that's his nickname, y'all, because he used to jump up and float like the kite just keep going. So they just called him Kite. I said, that's one of the coldest nicknames I've ever heard. Kite. So y'all, I want y'all to know, for those who come and tune in to the blueprint of life, man, Lowe's Moore is doing a fabulous job. Cares about people, cares about his family, cares about community. And I just believe that you will benefit from hearing about Blueprint and the things and subjects that he talks about, but also being, a promoter. Tell somebody else about it, man. These people need to hear it, men and women, but especially men.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and my wife, I always say it when I think my wife's like, I don't think he remembers he says this every time he comes through there, because my brothers are in Fayetteville, North Carolina, right?
Okay.
Or we're going to Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
As soon as we hit Richmond, I always go, Pastor Duncan's in Richmond. And like, she kind of looks, after now she just looks at me like,
right.
Like, you didn't tell me this for the 89th time already that Pastor Duncan is there. One time we just got to come through. We just got to come through and stop in.
Man, y'all got to come and fellowship with us, man. But I tell you, man, even in that, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. When you go somewhere, like when I think of Mount Vernon, I'm thinking about Lowe's Moore. I'm thinking about Rodney and Scooter McCrae. I'm thinking about Ray Williams and Gus.
My wife said every time.
Huh? What? Oh, yeah, I see that, right? Every time you, hey, Patrice, every time that brother get to Richmond, Virginia, he gonna pull up my name some way, somehow. Like he never told you before.
It's synonymous with Richmond.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing, man. That's much love, brother. That's much love.
Yeah, you got to set up something so we can just come down there and just hang out with you.
She said, "Why haven't we stopped yet, though?
Why haven't we stopped yet?" Saying.
Okay, got you. Why haven't we stopped yet? Like, what's up?
Yeah. So we got to work out something. I get to come down there and do something with you.
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be fine, man. That'd be fine, brother.
We can have some fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just hang out. So I want to thank you for coming, man. And also we reconnected you with Mr.
Gary McIntosh.
Gary McIntosh. Gary was so nice. I was like, Gary, don't take this personal, right? don't take it personal. Gary was the 6'7", 6'8", built like, woo, Mandinka.
Mandinka warrior. Listen,
Mandinka warrior, and the one flaw, if I could say one flaw, and I'm always a nice guy. I'm a nice guy too. You get me on the court, right?
That's right.
Right. Gary's a nice guy in person, and he's a nice guy on the court.
Yeah.
Right. You can't have both of them, man.
Right.
You can't be nice. You get on the court, you got to be a stone cold killer. Right. And I was like, Gary, man, I used to talk to him. I was like, Gary, look, don't take no prisoners, man. You want that guy a job right there, man.
Right. Hey, look, my bad. I want to add to the story. If Gary gets mad. And I want to say this. You said he was 6'8". He wasn't 6'8". Gary's 6'6" at the most. And Gary could go ahead and say something if that's true. Tell me if I'm lying.
Yeah, but he's
6'6" at the most. It's just that he can jump with the best of them.
Oh yeah,
he was so strong that you just thought he was 6'8", 6'9". But man, and he could run too. He run like a deer.
Yeah, man.
Run like a deer, man. I mean, this guy he was amazing, man. But what I wanted to say was one thing I wanted to say, a part of the remark. Your wife said something on there, and I wanted to see if I remember. Anyway, I want to say this to you, bro. You're doing a fabulous job, man. And just like I said, when I hear Mount Vernon, my main guy is Lowe's Moore. I mean, all those other guys, Gus, Ray, and I know great Ray passed, bless his heart. And some other Rodney, Scooter, and all of them. But I think about Lowe's Moore a man that I respect, a man that loves his family, a man that's leaving a legacy with his family, but also in the community up there, man. So thank you for what you do. Keep doing what you do, my brother. God bless you, man. Calvin Duncan got love for Lowe's Moore and respect for Lowe's Moore. Straight
awesome,
up.
man. Yeah, man. Right back at you, and so hang on in there. I'm about to close out here.
All right, go ahead. So I could go ahead and take a bite to eat.
Yeah, you can go ahead, man. You can put me on there while he eat. Yeah. Man, it is my pleasure and privilege, particularly in this month while we were celebrating. Yeah, you can show some pictures. While we were celebrating Women's History Month, man, it was my pleasure to celebrate women this month, and we'll continue to celebrate women all the time. March Madness is really just getting started. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, we stay on. We stay on Lowe's Moore, the Blueprint. We're still on there. All the shows are on there. And we're on Lowe's Moore, the Blueprint on YouTube. I mean, you can go back and watch these shows when you get a chance. It's so much information. People have so many wonderful stories, so many practical applications, man. If you think you're going through something, I do the show because, everybody's going through something, right? And when you go to the show, whether you watch it live like right now or you pick it up later, there's always something to learn. I always used to say in the beginning and still say that when you watch the show, it's like dropping a pebble in a pond. Somewhere along the line is going to be a ripple effect. So I want to thank you. If you don't mind, go to YouTube and subscribe to Lowe's Moore, the Blueprint. And again, thank you for supporting each and every week. I love you guys. And I say this every week. If God allows you to wake up tomorrow, right, make tomorrow your masterpiece. And look forward to seeing you next week. Jameer Hamilton is going to be there. My little cousin doing great things in college. Man, wow. I'm looking forward to having him on the show next week. God bless you guys. I love you and see you next week.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Lowe's Moore, the Blueprint podcast. Stay connected and follow us at our website, www.lowesmoore.com. That's LOWESMOORE.com. You can also join the discussion on Twitter at Lowe's Moore and on Facebook at Lowe's Moore Jr. As always, thank you for pushing your mindset towards a better reality. This concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast to stay fully up to date with everything we're up to. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.
What they teaching is a joke. I ain't buying it like I'm broke. Insufficient funds for insignificant.